so Husain, we'll kick things off at I suppose a very natural standpoint. Could you maybe just tell our readers a little bit more about You Got a Gift, and maybe outline to them sort of what maybe the core principles and mission statement or mission statement of the company is? I think that's a good place to maybe to outline the You Got a Gift story.
Sure, Mark. Thanks for having me. So as an introduction to You Got a Gift, it's a leading marketplace for digital gift cards in the MENA region. We essentially, the objective of the company is to connect the top retail brands with consumers and businesses. Our prepaid cards are entirely digital, which means you can buy them online and have them delivered by email or SMS. We work with about 700 plus brands across the region. These are top brands, the who's who, from Amazon to Noon to Jarir to Landmark Group, across 20 categories, from entertainment to digital products, fashion, shopping, etc. We serve about 2,000 corporates across the region, and we reach just over 45 million users entirely. Our business is divided into sort of three components. There's the consumer business, which we call the consumer gifting. This is very much about e-commerce for gift cards, where you as an individual can go online and buy a gift card, personalize it, and then have it sent to your friends or family instantly. It's a very fun experience of personalizing and delivering gift cards, pure convenience. We also, a part of the consumer gifting, we do group gifting. This is another sort of feature of our consumer business, where you invite a bunch of friends to chip in and buy a bigger gift. It's very popular amongst parents when it comes to teacher gifting seasons, for example. Also comes very handy in farewells within businesses where people are leaving. So it has its own attraction as well within the consumer sort of space. So that's what we call consumer gifting. The second part of our business, which is the first part of our B2B, is what we call loyalty rewards. And essentially what we do in that space is we act as a last mile redemption partner for big loyalty programs. So typically the loyalty programs we deal with are banks, telcos, airlines. So if you take an example of one of the more popular programs in the UAE is the Etisalat Smiles loyalty program, which is a massive program in the UAE. So you, through the program, you earn your points, and that is all controlled by the program manager, which is Etisalat in this case. And then when it comes to making swapping your points, you can have the option of swapping your points for shopping vouchers, and we power the shopping voucher category within that program. We do it for FAB, we do it for ADCB in the UAE, we do it for SAB in Saudi Arabia, SAIB, Saudi Fransi, etc. So we have about 40 banking / telco loyalty programs that we support in terms of points redemption. All right. So that's what we call loyalty rewards. It's a very much an API driven business. We connect, and in real time we exchange the e-vouchers. And the third part of our business is what we call employee and customer rewards. And this is placing bulk orders by corporates to reward and recognize employees for performance, or they want to engage with their customers for engaging in some sort of a promotion or some sort of an acquisition campaign. So again, this is a very very useful product, and it's one of our fastest growing, is whereby you give a self-service portal to the corporate, and in real time they can place their orders, customize their gift cards according to the identity of the corporate, and have it distributed across the organization or to their customers in real time. So it's a very simple and lean way of sourcing gift cards and having them delivered. So essentially, this is what we do is we play in the B2B and the B2C space.
Yeah.
And we have a proposition for both sides of this marketplace. And we are growing our footprint across the region. Today, we are operating across the entire GCC, UAE, Saudi, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, and we're also in Egypt.
Yeah.
So that's in a nutshell.
Yeah.
What we offer.
Yeah. No, look, a fantastic, overview there, really broad sort of overview of what you do in terms of working with telcos like Etisalat and the corporate side of things and the loyalty that's built in, and you've given us a brilliant overview of that. What jumped out at me obviously was some of the numbers. You're talking about you're working with over 2,000 corporates. I think you said 45 million users, 700 brands. So you've firmly established yourself, as a real leader. But you also kind of mentioned a couple of things that came up was convenience. And I think you said personalization as well. Is that what ultimately is differentiating you from other players in that market, that you're able to sort of leverage the solutions and the technologies you have to empower sort of like the loyalty programs to, if it's a personalization element, but it's convenient, you said it's easy, it's lean. Is that what really differentiates you guys from your market competition, that you're able to deliver that? Because it all comes down to experience, doesn't it?
Yeah. So Mark, what all kicked it off was almost 9 years ago when I was actually shopping for a gift for a friend.
And, brilliant! Right.
It was somebody's birthday, and that birthday person wanted a gift card instead of anything physical or any merchandise. So I went online to try and purchase a gift card. And I couldn't find a destination for gift cards, which led me to sort of realize how big was the industry globally, and how much of a nascent industry it was in the region as well. The market today, if I was to give you some just high level statistics, today the gift card industry globally is about $700 billion. And that's growing, looking to hit about $1.4 trillion in 2026. So it's a pretty fast growth.
Yeah.
Now, so when we first started, we started as a pure consumer play. We thought the region is very popular with retailers. Internet penetration is super high. We just put together a website, list a few cool brands, and then people will just come and help themselves.
Yeah.
But only to realize that the adoption was a little bit slow. So what we did is within a very short space of time, we pivoted to the B2B space, and that's when we realized there was a much bigger opportunity in the B2B space, especially when the likes of Etisalat identified our digital solution, which was very fitting for their kind of needs, especially where they were at a time when they were switching their loyalty program from merchandise and paper vouchers to a digital experience.
Yeah, Etisalat at that time were trying to become a digital player as well.
Yes, as a telco, I think they were visionary in that sense, and shortly after that, the banks followed as well. So we were very quick to identify the opportunities that lie ahead, and built solutions and products and APIs that immediately fitted into this ecosystem. And what gave us the edge was because we moved early into these programs, we almost entrenched ourselves in these programs.
Yes, I get you. Yeah.
And what we did is we made sure to grow these accounts by adding a lot more brands, a lot more value-added services, making sure that these programs are well run, the stock management of these codes, as you might call them, are always up to par. There's business continuity, because when you are delivering such volume services to such big organization, you need to make sure your tech is up to scratch.
Yes.
So we built the tech from very early on to be able to manage such large programs. We also did a lot of training on the ground with the merchants, with the brands, so that acceptance is extremely high. When a customer of theirs walks into the store, there's a huge level of acceptance. Our customer support was second to none. So we focus all about the end user. Gifting is a very emotional and sensitive thing. So if the experience is poor, then everything falls out of the way, right? So we made sure that we understood the value of the delivery and the experience at the store, and making sure that our systems are always up and running and delivering the volume of gift cards. So we stayed very focused on what is required in the region, what are the players looking for, what sort of level of sophistication they need, and we evolved our business. And that's why our first entry into B2B was the loyalty rewards, and that was very much driven through the API. And then we moved on to the corporate rewards, which is what I described employee and customer rewards, which is a self-service portal where corporates can now, sort of distribute their own gift cards. So a very product-centric approach to our success, keeping an eye on the ball and not going off tangent and trying to overdo things because remember, gift cards were a new thing as well in the region. So we couldn't go and over design things as well. And that focus has really helped us to build great relationships in the ecosystem. We have proven leadership in products. We have the best, the broadest catalog of brands in the region now, more than 700 directly integrated. And we hold a fantastic distribution network. And that is key as well, because retailers want to sell their gift cards. So we are here to help them sell it. And our network of clients, the 40 plus loyalty programs, the 1,500 plus corporates, is obviously a very interesting distribution network. That every retailer wants to be part of today.
No, look, Husain, another fantastic answer. I feel like when you were talking about that sort of relationship with Etisalat, you sort of said you became entrenched because you were almost on the same journey as Etisalat at the same time. So then you became, it wasn't just you're selling them a digital solution, you sort of became part of them in many ways. So I think you articulated that point, really, really well in terms of how you've been able to have that edge, because you've been nascent as well, and you've nearly evolved as these companies, like a big telco player in Etisalat, had to change, its traditional way of doing things to become more of a digital enabler as well. So look, another excellent answer. Just in relation to airlines as well, do you, because I know you're big in the B2B space and you've talked about telcos and banks. Emirates and airlines like that obviously have a lot of loyalty programs in terms of points and stuff. Is that an area you're already in, or is that an area you're looking to target?
On the loyalty, we are exploring. We're always, it all depends on the nature of the program and how they want to convert their points. So every loyalty program has its approach. But we work with Emirates. We do a bunch of loyalty and customer rewards as well. So we work with most of the big and important companies in the region in one shape or another to give them a solution for gift cards.
No, brilliant. And I just wanted to ask you about obviously a kind of significant announcement you made last month with a leading payments platform in the region in the form of Tabby. Could you maybe just outline again how that sort of partnership is going to help you enhance, the services and the products and the solutions that you deliver, and how, Tabby are looking to leverage the expertise you're bringing to the table, and how you're looking to leverage the expertise that Tabby's bringing? How's that collaboration going to work, and what are the benefits going to be for you as a company?
Yes, so one of our growth areas is the consumer business. We see a huge opportunity lying ahead. So what we want to do is we want to offer different options on our consumer business, right? And having flexible payment options is always something shoppers are looking for. So the first thing is we want to bring in this opportunity to be able to buy gift cards on installments, so that will encourage the shopper to buy a bigger gift, spend a little bit more money because he needs to, and help him to plan his holiday occasions. But at the same time, gift cards is sort of increasingly becoming a payment product, right?
Yes.
It's transitioning from being a pure gift, because I think the word gift card is a bit misleading. The word gift within gift card sounds like it's a very restricted sort of product.
Yes.
But the self-buying behavior is fast emerging now with gift cards, especially if gift cards are able to offer you a certain value-added bonus, right? So if you want to sort of access offers and deals through gift cards, then this is the time to do it, because using a flexible payment like a Tabby, you're able now to buy a much bigger value card and be able to access such offers and deals. And today one of our best-selling products is the Happy You card, which is a single card and giving you access to all the participating brands.
Okay.
Right? So it's almost like a super card. And within that super card, we were able to introduce tactical offers from top merchants. So for example, you might have a 500 dirham gift card, and within that card, you're able to spend that card at a particular merchant and avail an extra 10% value, right? So you're able now to get more value for your money. So this sort of offers, tactical offers, is attracting a whole new bunch of consumers who are looking to buy and spend it for themselves, even, which is almost for self-buying, and using the Tabby payment options, which gives them even more flexibility in distributing their payment across multiple installments. And further to that, because we have 700 brands. And therefore you suddenly have access to brands that are not necessarily available on the buy now, pay later platforms.
Yes.
And we're able to add gift card brands faster than full integration with a payment company.
Portal. Yeah.
Right.
And just quickly, just quickly on that, because I found it interesting there what you said, that obviously but you've had a lot of success in B2B, but you're excited by the opportunities now in terms of consumer, and that's why you've partnered with Tabby. What has changed that's driven that? Because obviously you strike me as someone's obviously has their finger on the pulse. You're quite reactive or proactive in terms of evolving as a company. What was it that made you think, right, we need to move now because there's a lot of opportunities in terms of consumers? Did you notice a change in habit, or what was it that's driven it now, where you feel we can capitalize on the opportunities in the consumer section now?
Well, I mean, I think the whole digitization is being super accelerated in the last few years, and
the pandemic,
and gift cards, especially the digital, have come to the front and center now.
Yes.
They are now not even called gift cards; they're even now being called branded currency, right?
Yes, branded currency. Yeah.
Branded currency, which gives them much more flexibility. So now, retailers increasingly want to issue this new type of gift card, which is called brand card, because now it can be physical and digital. So it's an omni-channel form.
Approach. Yeah.
They're used to selling it directly to their consumers, typically over the counter. But suddenly there's a huge opportunity to have this branded currency sitting in different consumer payment applications or business workflows. So the reach is suddenly amplified. So the fact that today, if you have a branded currency, you give it to me and I can put it immediately into my B2B channels, be it employee rewards, customer rewards, loyalty reward programs, that's an immediate access to digital wallets from corporate, right? And then the fact that you can actually also introduce it into a whole new bunch of digital assets, super apps, payment apps, marketplaces.
So there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options.
Yes. So the more you're able to identify these channels of distribution and offer as many payment options on top of it as possible, then you are ready to engage further with your end users and become a regular buyer of that brand. And that's what we're helping retailers. Today we are not only distributing for retailers, but we're also issuing gift cards on their behalf. So we have our tech stack today enables a branded currency and distributes a branded currency.
Yeah.
Right. So I can go to a retailer and say, right, you have a very old technology maybe, or you have a very sort of physical form. I will digitize this form factor for you, and I will immediately distribute it across my channels. And I will also give you an e-commerce solution where you can also offer that gift card on your online or your e-commerce portal. So we're able to suddenly help retailers to capitalize more on their brand and on their reach using gift cards. The gift cards are a great product. It's a prepaid product, as we all know, which helps hugely in cash flow. So the more you sell of these upfront, the better off as a business you are, especially for the retailers. So there is definitely a lot of interest in gift cards. And also it helps in reaching and branding across multiple channels, which are not necessarily obvious to many of these retailers as they focus more on what they do best.
Yeah, as you say, you're allowing them to focus on what they do best. You're really empowering retailers. So it must be an easy sell for you, is it? Or is there still a bit of resistance from some of the retailers who, maybe are they a little bit resistant to change, or is it an easy conversation to have with retailers? Because it seems to me that you're solving a real problem for them and you're generating huge value and generating a huge opportunity to grow their revenue. So seems like an easy sell, but maybe it's not. Like, can you tell us a little bit more about the relationships and the conversations with retailers?
It's a win-win for all. That's very obvious. It's just a matter of the timing and matter of how fast they can move with these things. But every retailer today is looking to transform themselves, looking for digital solutions to keep up with the world. The digital gift card is definitely a very important product for a retailer today to make sure that he is visible in as many channels as possible. At the end of the day, also a gift card is really a product that brings a consumer to your storefront or to your e-commerce site, where he will use it and most likely spend more on top of the value of his gift card. So typically, if you have 100 dirham gift card, from statistics, you will end up spending at least 50% above that
more.
Value. So it's an incremental sales that can be generated through these branded currencies.
Now look, Husain, it's been an absolutely brilliant interview. really fascinating discussion. You've articulated your answers brilliantly as well. Final question. It's a generic enough question at that, but obviously, you know, the digital economy we live in is fast paced, and especially the industry you're in, you've always got to keep your eye on the ball in terms of shifting, you know, spending habits, behaviors. What's the strategic plan for you to continue your growth? Because like we know you've had incredible success, and that's, you know, evident in the numbers that you've been disclosing. But what's the plans to grow further? Obviously, there's a lot of opportunities emerging out of Saudi Arabia as they undergo an economic transformation program. What's your strategy for future growth? What does it look like? If I was to have a conversation with you in 12 months' time, what would we be talking about?
Look, I think we are still at the very early stages of this business. I think there's a lot of opportunity still. I think, you know, we did start early. I do appreciate that. When we started 8-9 years ago, I think it was quite early.
Yeah, you got in early.
There weren't that many gift cards in the marketplace to begin with. Never mind, it was a digital one. But in the last 2-3 years, I think we've seen definitely a transformation. We've also seen more players trying to move into that space. Although we've pretty much been building our tech to really serve the entire ecosystem around you know, branded currency. So we see a lot of growth from a territory point of view. We definitely have a lot more to do in Saudi. The UAE, I think, is still we're still capturing lots of interesting business. We've expanded into Egypt and North Africa, so we have a lot of territorial growth ahead of us. And I think we will be doing lots more business when it comes to helping retailers issue this currency. I think this is, you know, there'll be increasing amount of retailers who will jump on this opportunity to start having their own gift cards or their own branded currency. So we see a lot of growth still there, and you know, our vision is to spread happiness through branded currency in the region. You know, our identity, I don't know if we've just recently rebranded, and it is very much focusing on the you of YOUGotaGift, with a happy face, and this is not a gimmick. It's always been from day one. We always realized that gifting is something that is very emotional.
Personal,
it has to drive, you know, a happiness factor.
Yes.
And throughout our journey, we've been focusing on building solutions, products that really help our end users, our customers, or consumers. It's all about them, which is, you know, you as a centerpiece. So, you know, we will continue to evolve our journey, staying flexible, staying nimble, making sure we're relevant to the region in everything we do. We launch solutions and products that matter today to help them connect the dots. We're very close. We build close relationships with our partners. So we want to stay true to understanding their needs and delivering the promise that we always make, and spreading really happiness through our branded currency. So the journey is getting started, and I hope to definitely sit down with you next year and tell you of other things we might end up doing as well.
Yeah, no, look, I love that. You know, spreading happiness through branded currencies, and obviously, as you say, you're going to help retailers sort of develop that and capitalize on the opportunity of that. And you've got a lot of expansion plans. You know, you referenced the fact you're looking to spread across the region and into North Africa. And look, I can only see continued success for you. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, Husain, and hopefully we'll catch up next year and you can tell me all about the success you've had. But for now, we'll leave it at that, and just thanks a million for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.